All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're making a chill video on energy transfer, ticker symbol ET. ET, not like alien, but in terms of energy and natural gas. So today we're going to be talking about energy transfer. What I'm going to do is I want to show you their stock price history. I want to show you their dividend history because their dividend history is very interesting. And I want to show you guys why it is currently the best performing stock in my portfolio. It is a $15.73 stock. I currently only own about 15 shares, not a huge investment. I invested $170.40 back in the day, and we'll get to that exactly when I bought, what my yield on cost is versus the current yield, and we'll talk about their operations as well. So this is a deep dive into energy transfer and why it is my best performing stock in my entire portfolio. So if that does sound good, please do remember to subscribe. We're up to 4,235 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoy this video and it gives you motivation to find some new stocks that will boost your portfolio in terms of appreciation, dividends, and just keep you guys motivated to stay investing and earning some money. So that all sounds good. Today, we're talking about energy transfer. So this is kind of like the short-term history of energy transfer. We're going to look at the year calendar. So as you can see, going back to April 2023, roughly about a year ago, it was at $12.51. Now, since then, it's pretty much trended up. And you can see ever since we had that 2020 kind of flash crash, you can see it's been down to about $5. The lowest here is up about $4.60, and it's pretty much gone up in a straight line since then. And this is no slacking like stock either. Look at this, an 8.11% dividend, but I do have a better dividend yield because I bought it at a better price. So let's look at everything I got. Energy transfer, 15 shares, current price is $15.73. I'm currently up about 33.76%, so almost 34% on the stock, roughly about $60 because I only invested $170. But you could see here that my average price right up here, if we follow this down a little bit, and now we got to refind it again, but that's not too difficult because I can find it right here. $11.76 is my average price. So you can see the current price is $15.73, my average price being $11.76 right here. Now with that great price, I also have a great yield on cost. So you can see my yield on cost is about 10.71%, and the current dividend is sitting at about 8% at this current $15, almost $16 price point. Now, even over the past month, I think, yeah, they've done pretty good. They've gone from about $14.60 or so all the way trending up $1. So that's pretty good for a month. And what we'll do as well is I'll show you some competitors kind of in the same space and how they've been performing over the past little while in the oil sector. So next, let's talk about their dividend history because we know that they're a decently high payer. They pay about they pay just over 8%, right? So let's see how they've been paying their dividends. Now, I bought energy transfer back in about 2023, early 2023. That's when they were paying about 30 cents per share. Now, as you can see, they haven't risen the dividend too much. The current dividend is about 32 cents per share or so. But one thing that's really cool about this company, they slashed their dividend back in 2020, so that's something to keep aware of. But they've actually gone beyond then and are now paying more than they paid before COVID. Now you can see they went from $15, and every single month starting in it looks like the last quarter of 2021, they have increased their dividend every single quarter. So this is a company where you buy shares in energy transfer, and they are looking to basically increase your monthly payments without increasing the amount of stock that you own, which I think is very cool. Every single month, they're paying more and more in dividends. And obviously, we have to look at if this is sustainable or not. We could do this by looking at the earnings per share. Currently, $1.09. You can see their forward dividend is about $1.26. So they are paying out more in dividends than they're currently making. Obviously, there's more to this than it seems than just looking at the earnings per share. This is a quick measure, but if we were to dive into the financials, which, you know what, I will do super quickly. Let's see how they're performing. You can see from 2020, they have significantly grown their company. Not as big as when they were in 2022, but you could see their net income as well. It was negative back in 2020, but it is continuing to slightly grow. It was really a big year in 2021. It looks like for this company, and they're kind of sitting at about $4 billion in net income. They are roughly a $52 billion stock. See their total current assets always growing, which is nice to see. And then their total liabilities slightly growing, but it's roughly about half of the total assets, which is what we like to see. Now that we've gone over the dividend, now that we've gone over the financials of Energy Transfer, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what they actually do. What is Energy Transfer? Energy Transfer is a natural gas and crude oil pipeline. So basically, you could see here on the left side of the screen that they do a bunch of things: natural gas, crude oil, refined products. They have gas gathering, crude gathering. So you can see they're based out of the United States, and they have a bunch of different pipelines that pretty much travel all over the United States and provide fuel for the nation and North America. Now, if I go back here, we can find a couple different things on Energy Transfer, but this is their main kind of suit. All they do is they get natural gas and they provide it to customers. And let's see what it says here. We are proud to be one of the top 50 largest corporations in the United States, ranked number 43 in the Fortune 500 list by revenue for 2022 fiscal year. Our ranking improves by 11 spots. So they are definitely a growing company, which is fantastic to see. And it's relevant as well within their stock price, as they've grown their stock price for the past year. Their dividend is pretty fantastic, and I've been a very happy holder of Energy Transfer. And I'm going to say something that a lot of people say. The only thing is that I wish I bought more, because if I knew this would have been such a great performer, of course I would have put a much bigger and greater investment into it. It's a great stock that pays a great dividend. The only thing is it pays quarterly, not monthly. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're investing in Energy Transfer. Now, Energy Transfer, when we're looking at the stock, the last thing I want to do is I want to compare it to its rivals. So for example, Shell is another gas company that collects gas and then also distributes it as it does in its gas station. And then we have NRG, another gas company. So you could see here over the past year, I want to go to each. You see NRG roughly rose about 100% or so and paid a 2.4% dividend, which is not, the dividend's not crazy, but the capital appreciation is pretty crazy. We're looking at 100%. And in the same time period, we could see that over the past year for Shell has gone up about $7 or so. So it's gone up about 10%, 15%-ish. It hasn't really kept up with Energy Transfer, and Shell has paid a 4% dividend. So as you can see, it's kind of all over the board, with Shell being the kind of lower end, Energy Transfer being the medium end, and then NRG being the higher end in terms of returns for these gas companies. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I kind of shown you guys a new high yielding dividend stock. It's not super high yielding, but it does pay an 8% dividend, and it appreciates over time. Now, one thing to keep in mind is they had a high here of about $35 or so back in 2015 when the stock crashed down to $7. I'm not necessarily sure where the stock is going to go. It could potentially trend upwards for the next little while, maybe up to this marker about $18 and see a pullback. But for the current time being, I do feel this is a great long-term holding, and that's why I'm holding it. I'm not selling any of my shares. And if you view it as a long-term holding, then just look to buy at good markers, good price points where you're comfortable, and then that should serve you well over time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a little video on Energy Transfer. We are energy. We are all energy, and I'm energy in this video, I hope. And I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please do remember to subscribe. We're up to 4,235 subscribers. Growing our subscribers every single day. So I want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed, joined the page, and I hope to see you guys in the next video with another great stock to mention. Take care, guys.